Luke 24:13-35. And behold, two of them went that same day to a village called Emmaus, which was from Jerusalem about 60 furlongs. And they talked together of all these things which had happened. And it came to pass that while they communed together and reasoned, Jesus himself drew near and went with them. But their eyes were holden, that they should not know him. And he said unto them, What manner of communication are these, that ye have one to another, as ye walk and are sad? And the one of them, whose name was Cleopas, answering, said unto him, Art thou only a stranger in Jerusalem, and hast not known the things which are to come to pass there in these days? And he said unto them, What things? And they said unto him, Concerning Jesus of Nazareth, which was a prophet, mighty in deed and word before God and all the people, and how the chief priests and our rulers delivered him to be condemned to death, and have crucified him. But we trusted that it had been he which should have redeemed Israel. And beside all this, today is the third day since the things were done. Yea, and certain women also of our company made us astonished, which were early in the sepulchre. And when they found not his body, they came saying that they had also seen a vision of angels, which said he was alive. And certain of them which were with us went to the sepulchre, and found it even so as the women had said, but him they saw not. Then he said unto them, O fools, and slow of hearts to believe all that the prophets have spoken. Ought not Christ to have suffered these things, and to enter into his glory? And beginning at Moses and all the prophets, he expounded unto them in all the scriptures the things concerning himself. And they drew nigh unto the village whither they went, and he made as though he would have gone further. But they constrained him, saying, Abide with us, for it is toward evening, and the day is far spent. And he went in to tarry with them. And it came to pass, as he sat at meat with them, he took bread, and blessed it, and brake it, and gave it to them. And their eyes were opened, and they knew him, and he vanished out of their sight. And they said one to another, Did not our heart burn within us, while he talked with us by the way, and while he opened to us the scriptures? And they rose up the same hour and returned to Jerusalem, and found 11 gathered together, and them that were with them, saying, The Lord is risen indeed, and has appeared to Simon. And they told what things were done in the way, and how he was known of them in breaking of bread. The Emmaus Road incident is a priceless account that only Luke records. Today, the exact location of Emmaus is uncertain. Luke gives the distance from Jerusalem as about 7 miles. In a number of Jesus' appearances, he was not recognized at first. Whether this is the Cleopas of John 19:25 cannot be decided with final certainty. Apparently, there were few in Jerusalem who were not familiar with the details of Jesus' death. Jesus was widely held to be a prophet, but these disciples had pinned their full hope on him as the promised Redeemer of Israel. With Jesus now dead for 3 days, their confidence in him was being seriously tried. Whatever the reason for the empty tomb, the net result remained: him they saw not. Profound sadness gripped these pilgrims. This speaks a divine necessity. What the prophets had foretold must and did come to pass. The disciples had been ready to see in Jesus a glorious deliverer. But Jesus' rebuke, verse 25, relates to their unwillingness to take seriously the many Old Testament texts and speak not only of the Messiah's glory, but also of his suffering. The entire Old Testament is indispensable for a grounded grasp of the identity and significance of Jesus. Apparently, Jesus would have kept on walking, but at the invitation and insistence of the disciples, who still did not do not recognize him. He stops for the day with them. Night travel on the unlit byways of Palestine would not have been common. Why they should have recognized him finally, just at this point, is not clear. Perhaps God opened their eyes to give true sight to their hearts. On reflection, the pieces fall into place. Jesus makes the scriptures come alive. The scriptures find their most central application in pointing men to Jesus. They had recently stopped for the night. Now the threat of darkness is immaterial. They hastened back to tell the stories, but the 11 had great news for them.